Okay. So I'm gonna hopefully press the record thing and let me see. Does that make it work? Okay, it looks like I'm recording. Hopefully, is it recording one on my screen share? I'm confused whether it's recording my screen sharing right now. So let me stop sharing. Okay, so it says I'm recording, good. And I want to share my screen there. Hopefully it's doing what it needs to do. Okay, so here's the project. I'm going to pick some jobs. So for instance, I'm going to pick cook. I'm going to pick telemarketer. And then I'm going to pick, let's see, what's a nice job? Electrical engineer. All right, so I picked 3 jobs. Right, that wasn't hard. It should be 3 jobs that you're interested in. 3 jobs that you're interested in. You're then going to go to this link right here. You follow that link to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. All right, so I'm going to start with cook. Cook. I typed it into the little search bar here. I want this site to give me some statistics on cooks, how much they get paid, what their median annual salary is, what the job outlook is. And things are really slow right now. I'm not a fan of that. Come on. Hopefully your experience will be a little quicker. Maybe my internet's not so hot right now. I don't know what's going on. This is the third world internet connection here. Okay. All right. Finally. Yeah. So I'm going to click this first one right here. There it is. All right. So I got that one done. What's the monthly salary? Well, the monthly salary is going to be 26,060 divided by 12, and you can do this way, get a calculator, and take this number divided by 12, just put it there. Right. So I'm going to do that now. $2,360 divided by 12. There's the monthly salary, $2,096.66. So 2196.66.
We're picking different jobs.
Yes. Pick 3 different jobs, right? So like I got telemarketer here. I am now going to put telemarketer here. Telemarketer. There we go.
So it's just the same thing as the first sheet, just doing different.
So
jobs.
I'm doing the first sheet right now. I'm just kind of showing people how to get this done. The first sheet, because I want to be able to provide this video to everyone who's unclear as to what the expectations are for the assignment. So I'm just kind of like looking here. Here I go. I'm going to use this. So I got annual wage. I want to use the median. I'm going to use 26,290 there. So that's why I'm going to go back. For telemarketer, I'll pop that number in for my annual. Bop. There it is. And then I'll take this. And now for this one, I could do, again, I can go to my calculator. I could divide this number by 12. But remember, I showed you a trick with spreadsheets. You can click here, press the equal sign, which will tell this thing to start doing a calculation for you. And I can see that my number is in B4, right? Column B, row 4. So I'm going to say, computer, equal sign, take B4 and divide it by 12. Boom, enter. That did the computer, the spreadsheet does it for me automatically, right? If I wanted to do biweekly like that, yeah, I could go to my calculator and I could put in this number here, 26,360. Oh, that's not the right number, 26,360. And what could I do to find biweekly, right? I know that there's 26 biweekly pay periods per year. How do I know that? Because it's 52 divided by 2, right? So I'm going to say divide by 26. 52 divided by 2 is 26. Biweekly means every other week. So I could put this number in there, right? 1,013 and 85 cents. 1,013, 85 cents. 1,013, 85 cents. Or my other alternative here is for this one, instead of doing it on the calculator, I can do it right in the spreadsheet. I can say it's going to I want this cell to be equal to, press the equal sign. I want it to be equal to be B4, type in B4, divided by 26. Now I don't have to use a calculator, right? I can do it right in the spreadsheet, easy peasy. The weekly salary, right? I could take this number here, 26,360, and I could divide it by 52 because there are 52 weeks in a year. So that's one way I could do this. I could do 26,360. I could divide it by 52 because there are 52 weeks in the year to find the weekly, and there I have $506.92. I could put that in there, or press equal sign, take B7, I'm sorry, B2, take B2, and divide it by 52. So look at that. The spreadsheet can do the calculation. You don't even have to pick up a calculator here, as long as you can run the spreadsheet formulas. If you want to do the calculator, that's fine. That's how I'm going to do this. Hourly pay, hourly pay is going to be the weekly pay divided by 40, right? So I'm going to say equal sign, E2, right? Column E, row 2. See that? So E2 divided by 40, because there are 40 hours in a typical work week. And so that's about $12.67, right? So you can do it by calculator. You can do it by spreadsheet. For degree needed, right? I would say none for cook. You don't need any kind of degree for a cook. It helps. It helps. I might put slash culinary arts. Some places you think you need like you need something for like some kind of certification for sanitation for a cook, but I don't think in New York you do at all. Job Outlook. So that's where Job Outlook. How am I going to fill this in? I'm going to go to that website that right here, and it tells me the Job Outlook, right? 10%. So much faster than average. So I'm going to use that to fill this in, 10%. There we go. And then for telemarketer, I might do the same thing, right? If I have that there somewhere. Ooh, it doesn't look like I have Job Outlook for telemarketer, so I might have to Google around, right? I might have to look a little bit further. Maybe if I click on this tab of telemarketer, I'll get the information I'm looking for. Not looking promising so far. It's opening a PDF. Waiting for that to process. Maybe I'll click on another link while I'm waiting for that one to telemarketing centers. Yeah. Well, I might have to actually Google like telemarketer job outlook. I might have to actually just Google for it. Job outlook, right? And look for something. So maybe here. 16.6% growth. All right. So there, I just Googled it, right? If you can't find it on the Bureau of Labor Statistics, you can just Google it. So I'm going to put in 16.6. So this is the idea. This is the idea of how to complete this. I will then, after I get all these, everything in light orange, all these boxes in light orange, you need to fill in with something, except for like this one here, which is giving you that instruction. And then I have to fill in this with 5 sentences. Which job I'm most interested in? I'm most interested in electrical engineer. And I would have typed 5 sentences, which I'm not going to do right now, but that's what you have to do right here in this box, is to type 5 sentences about why you are interested in electrical engineering. What's that?
Oh, go finish. Finish what you're saying.
Oh, I say just write 5 sentences. Just tell me why you've picked one of these over the other 3 right off the top of the bat. So, you know, I'm sure electrical engineer, when I look at that, it's going to be the best paying, right? So when I do electrical engineer here, electrical engineer, that's going to pay me a lot more money than a cook or anything else. And so when I find the money for that guy, it's going to be, yeah, here we go. Mean annual wage, $103,480, right? So just on the money right now, I'm liking that 100 grand a year thing going on, right? So right now I would write something like, I like electrical engineer, sounds good. It makes a lot more money. I like the idea of being someone who like designs electronics and designs computers. I'm, you know, interested in these, and I would just explain why I think I would like to be an electrical engineer, why I'm leaning towards that right now based on over telemarketer and cook. Okay, so that's page 1. Again, 30 minutes playing around, Googling things, putting numbers in, doing some calculations. Page 2, right down here, there's you can switch between page 1.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you. On page 2, there's no like. I don't have that. You see the blue thing on the top?
Yes. Oh, you don't have the blue on the top?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Interesting. Well, I will fix yours.
I do.
I'll go in and after this, and I'll fix yours, and I'll just
have it.
Oh, you have it? Okay.
Yeah, I have it.
All right. So for this one, what we're going to have you do for this one is take a look at some of these links. So for instance, average paid holiday. There's a link for average paid holiday here. And I'm going to look at this. This is going to give me a table. And I'm going to have to pick which of these 3 categories here belongs to my jobs I picked. My cook is a blue collar person, so they get about seven paid holidays. So my cook, where is it? Vacation days a year. So for cook, I'm going to put in 7. That's a blue collar job. And then my telemarketer, well, that's a kind of a clerical thing. That's an office job. So they get 7.7. So for paid vacation days, I'm going to put 7.7 for this job. And then
where's that chart?
Oh, there's a link right here. See, it's right here. It says table 5, average paid holiday.
Yep.
It's that first link on page 2. There's a little table. It looks like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my electrical engineer, that's a professional job, right? So I should get 8.5. So 8.5 will go in here. In terms of my employer contribution healthcare, I'm going to look around for links that perhaps well, I forget which one that was good, but I know Mr. K gave us some links here that will help us out.
So
That's
just
bartenders.
all-
Okay. That's
would you
not what I want.
say, an anesthesiologist and an orthopedic surgeon is a professional?
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Professional.
Yeah, those are definitely professional jobs. Pretty much any job that you're going to need a degree for is going to be in the professionals, right?
Okay.
Especially a 4-year or more degree. If yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any like clerical. I mean, there are some like 1 and 2 year degrees for like clerical secretary kind of things, but
Hi, Mr. K.
shout out to Mr. K over here. Got a shout out to Mr. K. Okay, so Mr. K put this link right here for us in the project, and we're gonna probably, because you can just use these numbers as an average, right? So on average, employers paid 82% of the premium, or $5,946 a year. And so when I go over here, I'm gonna look at a cook. A cook, I'm gonna get 0 healthcare for being a cook. My contribution for healthcare is gonna be 100%, which means for cook, I'm gonna need to look up what it would cost me to go get insurance on my own, So I'm going to go to New York State health.ny.gov, and I'm just going to pick a health plan. You can pick any health plan you want, but I'm going to compare plans and estimate cost. Okay. So I'm going to compare plans, estimate costs. All right. It'll come here eventually. And eventually I'm going to pick when it gets here. Sometime eventually. Well, I think last time I looked, I just something. Then engineer of healthcare. Maybe in there. Okay, so then total value of healthcare, got your numbers up, right? So I'm going to spreadsheet function here, make it some easier. I want it to be B7 plus C7. Just make that cell equal to those two combined. Boom. Just adds them all up together. That's my total cost, the total value of healthcare that I'm getting from being an electrical engineer. My vacation days in 3 years and 5 years. I think there was that table there somewhere. Where was that? I'm going to get rid of this right now. There we go. Right here. So, I mistakenly did something wrong. So, okay. So paid vacation days. I should have looked at this right here. So my electrical engineer, he's getting 10. My telemarketer's getting 8.6, and my cook's getting 6.8. Right, and then after 3 years, I'll say my electrical engineer is getting 11.7, and I'll use these numbers for these 3 jobs. So to go back and just fix this, my electrical engineer is getting 10. I was using the averages, and I should have been looking at something else. All right, and then 8.6 for my telemarketer, 8.6 for my telemarketer, and then what else do I have? 6.8 for my cook. Now, I used to work in a restaurant. I don't remember a restaurant ever giving me any paid days. If you were sick or anything, it was, you just don't get paid today. Yeah. So, and then for the years 3 and 5, you just go back to that table and use years 3 and 5 right there, right? For whatever jobs that you have picked. Total value of paid vacation days. Okay, here's how we do this. I'm going to use this figure 10 right here. So total value of paid, actually I need to use, it says for 5 years. So I need a number that goes in there. So I need to go back to this table. 5 years, my electrical engineer is getting 13.8, right? 13.8 right there. All right, I put 13.8 in here, and that's 13.8 vacation days, right? And so to find the total value of that, I will need to find out what is my electrical engineer getting paid per day? What are they getting paid per day? Well, per week, I never figured that out. Okay, per week, they get paid this amount, B6 divided by 52. All right, so that's 1,990. So if I go back over to sheet 2, it's going to be this. I want this to be equal to 13.8 times, what did I say? 1,990? I forget already. Let me go back and look. 1,990, good. And and then I also want this to be divided by 40. Why? Because there's 40 hours in, or wait, that's days. Divide by 7. Sorry, divide by 7 because there's divide by 5. Sorry, divide by 5. Why? Because there's 5 work days in a work week. So this 1,990 is how much the electrical engineer gets paid in a week. I divide by 5 to find out how much each day is worth. Boom, and I find out that the total value to this electrical engineer of those 13.8 days of paid vacation or sick time is $5,492.40. That's how much his employer will pay them per year for their paid sick time and such. And then I'll describe the retirement plan. I'll have to Google this and look it up. And I have some questions where I have to answer, like there's 5-sentence minimum here, 5-sentence minimum there, answer these questions there and there. So once you did that, the writing component, boom, you're done. It's good. You're golden. Congrats. So that is my explanation for how to complete this project. I'll take any questions at this time and I'll stop the recording.